He will focus relentlessly on the warfighter and the military's core missions, deterring wars and winning the ones we must fight.
We're live at Pete's confirmation hearing. Let's see if he survives.
Many simply acknowledge and live with these systemic problems I have mentioned earlier.
The chat is on fire.
Technology transition and organizational civil service reform. Mr. Hegseth will actually.
What we have now is the chairman of this committee going over the normal spiel politicians do before they start a confirmation.
The Secretary of Defense is an incredibly important position, but the Secretary's span of control is limited. The Pentagon is vast with 3 million plus personnel, uniformed civilian, and contractor. A successful secretary understands that steering the ship means focusing his attention on strategic level priorities. The secretary must be supported with exceptional subordinates who will run the day-to-day affairs of the Office of the Secretary of Defense.
So this is his job description.
And the other DoD components. I'm also confident that as an infantryman, Mr. Hegseth understands the military principle of commander's intent. Communicate the clear objective. Empower subordinates to use initiative.
Do y'all think this guy is qualified? If so, comment in the chat. Let us know.
Of having a top-shelf communicator as Secretary of Defense. Other than the president, no official plays a larger role in telling the men and women in uniform, the Congress, and the public about the threats we face and the need for a peace through strict defense policy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I have no doubt Mr. Hegseth will excel in a skill in which many of his predecessors have fallen short.
I think we got some doubts.
Much has been made of both Mr. Hegseth's personal life and some of his policy pronouncements. Regarding his personal conduct, Mr. Hegseth has admitted to falling short, as we all do from time to time. Mm-hmm. It is noteworthy that the vast majority of the accusations leveled at Mr. Hegseth have come from anonymous sources. Contrast these anonymous accusations with the many public letters of support and commendation. We have seen letters from people who served with Mr. Hegseth. These individuals have worked with him professionally. They really know him and his character. These patriotic Americans have been willing to put their names and reputations on the line to support Mr. Hegseth. I look forward to sharing these testimonials with the American people. Let me mention one right now.
Okay.
It comes from David Bellavia, who earned the Medal of Honor for.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to speed it up. Let's hear what's going on.
It protects. Our military is more diverse than it
This is the ranking member,
but more importantly,
on the Democratic
it is more
side.
Lethal than it has ever been.
Let's listen.
This is not a coincidence. Mr. Hegseth, I hope you'll explain why you believe such diversity is making the military weak and how you propose to undo that without undermining military leadership and harming readiness, recruitment, and retention. Mr. Hegseth, another reason I'm deeply concerned about your nomination is your disregard for the law of armed conflict and your support for service members who have been convicted of war crimes. You have championed the pardoning of military members who were turned in by their fellow soldiers and SEALs. Let me emphasize that. They weren't discovered by reporters. They were turned in by fellow soldiers and fellow SEALs. And also pardoning of military contractors convicted of killing 14 Iraqi citizens without cause.
Wow.
You have also advocated for the restitution of interrogation methods like waterboarding that have been defined as torture. And you have belittled the advice and counsel of the Judge Advocates General while on deployment. In your book, The War on Warriors, you write, quote, should we follow the Geneva Convention?
Of course.
If our warriors are forced to follow rules arbitrarily and asked to sacrifice more lives so that international tribunals feel better about themselves, aren't we just better off in winning our wars according to our own rules?
Wow.
Mr. Hegseth, I would ask that you explain how you, if confirmed, would maintain good order and discipline within our forces.
Not looking good for Pete.
And the support of our allies and partners by rejecting international law and the law of war. I'm also concerned about your abilities as a competent manager of organizations far less.
Let's see what else everybody else has to say about this. Because this is going to be a very interesting
you led the
hearing.
organization Veterans for Freedom.
Thank you.
Which
And the members of this committee, you all know it. You know it's not working. And the members of the House Armed Services know it's not working. And we have hearing after hearing, year after year. And here we are decades later describing the same problems. The Pentagon has continuously failed audits. The businesses that want to do business with the Pentagon have to pass an audit, but the entity itself fails an audit. Innovation is stalled, morale is down, standards have been weakened, and meritocracy is less valued. And as a result, our adversaries have been emboldened all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for change.
All right.
What I will do is stand up for the truth and for my reputation.
Okay, Pete.
False attacks, anonymous attacks,
what?
Repeated ad nauseum, printed as ad nauseum, as facts. We have provided to the committee, Mr. Chairman, and I know you're going to share, on the record statement after on the record statement.
On the record.
People who have served with me, worked with me at Fox News, Concerned Vets, Vets for Freedom, you name it.
We're going to vet you,
From the top of the chain
Pete.
to the bottom, who will say, I treat them with respect, with kindness, with dignity. That's men, that's women, that's black, that's white, that's every background. I have prided myself as a leader of respecting people, being professional. That is the balance of mine. I'm not a perfect person.
Clearly, Pete. None of us are.
By the grace of God, by Jesus and Jenny.
Oh, God, don't use Jesus. Don't use Jesus.
I'm not a perfect person, but redemption is real. And God forged me in ways that I know I'm prepared for. And I'm honored by the people standing and sitting behind me, and look forward to leading this Pentagon on behalf of the warfighters.
All right, so that is Pete Hegseth fighting for his confirmation. As you can see, it has been a sparring match between him and these congressional leaders who are holding his feet to the fire, rightfully so. I mean, this is a very controversial pick, as most of the people in the president-elect's cabinet. So we'll keep you updated on what's going on here and how this is all going to play out. Will Pete get confirmed or will he not get confirmed? He is right now fighting for that very right. There's a lot being said. There's a lot being levied against him. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We'll keep you updated and we'll keep briefing you as this hearing continues. So y'all stay tuned and make sure, go and hit the like and subscribe button for us. Thank you. We really appreciate your support and your continued appreciation here at Florida Land Media Group. Pete, we watching.